Hello, this is Comic Book Ant. I got off work a little late. It's raining outside, so you might hear some rain. But I promised y'all a video a day. So let's get to it. What we have here today is Riot, Earp, The Divided States by Michael S. Katz. Why am I reviewing this book? One, Mike asked. Mike was the first person to ask me formally, to DM me, to ask me. One, he wanted to be on the show, which I told him I'm not ready for guests right now. You know, I'm still getting into the flow of things. But he has a campaign active, which is also another reason I'm doing this video. And then he, donated to my campaign. So it's not a bad start. We talk about being genuine on this channel. My allegiance can be bought. No, Mike is one of my good friends. He's dope. I fucks with Mike heavy. So here we are. Riot, Earp. So pretty cool cover. It's like futuristics. This image is really interesting right here. This is a really interesting image right here. I'm interested, right? I'm intrigued. I've already read this as well, but I'm taking you through my process. Got the price on there. Usually it says 10 cents. I thought it said 10 cents, but it says $10. That's smart, because usually it says 10 cents and somebody walk up and be like, oh, is it really 10 cents? Yeah, go fuck yourself. Story by Mike Katz. Fred Benz did the art. Fred Marine did the color art. David Lemfier did the lettering. Larger World did the design. Some assistant editors. This is a big project, bro. And honestly, you can tell, first off, this logo is fantastic. This has texture, different colors, different font. Looks fantastic. San Diego. The first thing that stands out, this is a very well-made comic book. That is the first thing that is apparent when looking at this. It has very modern look. It has very modern paneling. We see there the panel inside the panel. Ooh, I fucking love it. Hello there, cheekbones. First off, we get a little, we get this female character. She's looking good. We get a little butt cheek. Look, I like some sex appeal now. I ain't gets a little lonely making these comics. I'm a little down bad. I ain't gonna lie. This might have scratched the itch, Mike. I'm Ryan Earp. Are you here for me? I'm Officer Josephine Diaz. I'm your ride. You can see a little bit, little sex appeal. Love the character models. Love the look. Like I said, this is Ryan Earp. We get to introduce the character immediately. Okay, so I said some good things. I think one thing, this is going for kind of like an Archer vibe, or like a 007 vibe, where like the main character just sleeps with a bunch of women. And I think Mike kind of overdid it here a little bit. Heard you kicked out for banging your superior officer. She asked, what's the gender? He says female. Glad to hear it. I think if this is supposed to be like flirtatious, I think you probably could have written something better here. But it's not bad. I just think it's a little bit heavy-handed. We get a little exposition here. Your family's got money on Mars. So already my gears are turning. I think something that Mike does very well is the exposition is very, very smooth. It's very low key. And we get some backstory as well. Gorgeous. We get some futuristic imagery. This is a really good, it's like a throwback, but it's also like futuristic at the same time. I get vibes of RoboCop just because it's a political kind of social commentary type thing. We got the angry chief. Some more ass. All right, now here's what I'm going to say. I don't mind showing off, having a little sex appeal, but I think you got to do both ways, right? You're going to show me some legs. Listen, in the very next page, look at this. This guy's got abs. He's ripped, okay? We're equal opportunity horny over here, baby. So I like that. I do, and I'm joking, but I do not like when it's just the women looking a certain way, and it's just like these scantily clad women that are beautiful 10 out of 10s, and the main protagonist is like a nerdy, scrawny, waspy dude, and it's like, come the fuck on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's keep it fair. We got some world building, very subtle. I like this. I like the way it's looked. I like the way it's paced. Gets home, and Josie is sitting there. So that's the love interest. Essentially, this is just kind of like typical. I don't want to say typical, but it's like just setup. It's like a cop setup. You know what I'm saying? They're, getting used to stuff. He's got rubber bullets. She's coming on him pretty strong. Okay. And then here's they have sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, nice legs. I think one thing, and I told Mike this, I think the thing is, it's not any particular page with too much text. But there is a lot of text. There is a lot of page with text. I think personally, Mike could have put a splash page on here just to kind of break up that rhythm, give the reader a break, give him a breather, give him something to look at. There's a lot of text here. It's so much text that I really can't go into the specifics of what's being said, which is fine. He's got a lot of world building to do, and honestly, the world building is good. It's very subtle. It's not hitting you over the head. And overall, I think the dialogue is good. I like this right here. I do. Do you do this a lot? I do a lot of things a lot. Mike. I like that line, Mike. I like that line a lot. Okay, I like how it kind of. I think it's ever okay. I see what you're trying to do. It's like ever so slightly off to be kind of like one panel here. I think it's close. If you could just pull that off, oh man, I think it's close enough though. I think it's close. So essentially what's happened here is that the United States is divided into 4 different territories, essentially. So the South, and that's what like the divisions are here. And Mike doesn't hit you over the head with this. He's watching TV. It's the perfect time to dump some exposition. It's not really an exposition dump. It's very subtle. Like I said, it's very organic. We want that organic. We want that organic world building. So, the states are divided. It's a futuristic world. It's a political satire. This is important later. I think this is a plot point that I won't reveal, but there is some conspiracy stuff going on. Okay, so Mike, don't hate me. Tonight, live from the outskirts of Austin, we have the woke warmongers versus the corporate neoliberals. I have gotten to this point where I don't want to see the word woke in any media ever. I think as writers, we're supposed to be as clever as possible. And what I've read, and that word is it's very recent, right? It's very in the moment. And to me, you could have used something that was more clever, like the rest of the writing. Just a moment. I don't think I think it's like a small thing, almost a nitpick. But I would have liked to have seen something like corporate neoliberals. I can't have a problem with that. But whenever you throw that word woke in, it just muddies the conversation. I'm sick of it. It might be on me. More sex, more sexy time. We see you got a little ripped. You know what I'm saying? We got a little. He's a good looking dude. Some more plot stuff. Like I said, I'm not gonna get too much into it. We have a dwarf. I believe that's the pronoun. They have a dwarf. Calls him Little Bill. He says, "Please, just Bill." And then our protagonist calls him Bill. And I like this moment. This is a really subtle moment. And I think Mike did a good job with this. He said, "Just Bill, please," because the previous guy called him Bill, or he called him Little Bill. And then he says, "You got it right." So immediately, we're establishing Ryan as somebody who's compassionate. Not compassionate, but just a decent guy, right? That is a very small moment. We understand why this character would be endeared. It forms a friendship. It's very subtle. It's very, very, very good, Mike. Very good. This is some good character building. God knows you could have done all kinds of shit with that. We got an action scene. All right. Shit looks cool, bro. We got that panel to panel. Oh my God. I could fucking, the colors here are beautiful. This looks like a comic book that took 8 people. It looks like it. Some futuristic tech, some fights. You know, he's mad at the captain. You know, we got Bill talking, some more camaraderie. And it gets into some plot stuff, some conspiracy stuff, but ultimately, this is some good paneling. And this is the low res. I think on a high res or with a physical copy, these character models would be like more filled in. But it's a gorgeous comic book. More text, like I mentioned the text. It's like I think just one. I talked to Mike about this. He said it basically circumstances didn't allow him to add, or he had less pages than he thought he was gonna have, or something like that. It's still good. Bro gets shot. That's the end of part 1. So I'm scrolling through this and I'm like, bro, I understand that it's great. You're giving people the bang for their buck. But there's a reason why an issue of a comic book is typically 20 to 28 pages for pacing. And I said, oh my God, I'm like, don't give me a 56 page. Don't give me a 68 page comic book with no room to breathe. And this is the part 1. So Mike says he likes to do them part 1, part 2, so that you still get the value of a lot of pages per issue, or if you buy this issue 1, part 1, part 2, you still get your bang for your buck, which I think is fantastic. There's a lot of pages, great looking comic book, but he also breaks it up, which I really appreciate, because I ain't gonna lie, if this was 68 pages, that's a lot. I don't know if I could do it in one sitting. Overall, again, I give this an 8 out of 10. I give it 8 out of 10. It does everything a first issue should do. I think it is gorgeous. I love the logo. I love the premise. He's going to dig into the premise a little bit more. Like I said, divided states of America. It's sexy. You know what I'm saying? You know, make my desk tilt up a little bit. I like that. Some good characters. It's got a little bit for everybody, and I'm very excited to see where this story is headed. So good job, Mike, my guy. 8 out of 10. I think you did fantastic. So it's almost as good as the KSU 1. Almost. So as I mentioned, my boy, he's got a Kickstarter. I'm gonna put the link in there. I'm not gonna play the video. He's actually hit his goal. So look, we don't care about that. We want to help our people out, right? This is a good comic. This is a gorgeous comic book. I paid the $6 for 48 pages. That's crazy. That's a crazy good value. Let's see how much the physical is. The digital, you get damn near 100 pages for $10. That's great. And then $10 you get a 55 page. If you are about the value, this is about the best one you're gonna find on Kickstarter. Mike uses backer kit. He's very respondent. He knows how to run a campaign. 100%. He does the backer kit thing. And definitely check this out. I backed at a digital level, and he offered to send me. He sent me issue 2, but to me, I'm going to wait until this clears. Until it takes my money, because I wouldn't feel right not paying for a comic book that's actively kickstarting. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Mike. Mike's a great dude. So check out my guy Mike. This is a little review. If you want me to review a comic book, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up and we'll see. We'll see what we can get popping. And you know what? I'm gonna have Mike on for an episode pretty soon here. Like I said, it didn't line up with me making the YouTube channel last Saturday, so 6 days ago, and then his campaign haven't been active for 18 days. It didn't work out, but there's not a lot of better people. There's not a lot of people that are as good as making comic books and as good people and good to talk to, good conversationally as Mike. So definitely show some support. This is a comic book that definitely deserves it. Definitely, absolutely deserves it. So that was my review of Riot Earp. Thank you so much. Kickstarter link will be in the bio. Check out the guy Mike. Hit like, like, share, and subscribe. Sorry, still getting the hang of it. And we're gonna keep these videos coming, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day.